She really hates him, it's really true. Why did she marry this jackass Jew? Some people say that opposites attract, but this seems more like a suicide pact. He's totally sober, she's not that drunk. He's really old and she's got some spunk. He's totally holy as an asinine bomb, and she's just a little less dumb. She really hates him, it's really true. But somewhere deep down, she loves him too.
Everything's plugged in.
I can hear myself, I said.
You can hear yourself?
I just said that I could.
Into the microphone? I mean, into the ear speakers? The head speakers. Okay. Here's the thing.
The head speakers, Rich? You want
The headphones.
The headphones.
We got to put this right in the middle.
What else did you think I could hear? Like,
Well,
you think
don't
I've
lean-
gone around in life not being able to hear myself talking?
No, but don't lean into it, because then your voice is louder than mine. We have to stay. We have to stay right in between. You put the microphone, and then you quit banging on the table.
I'm not banging on the table.
All right. Well, okay. So let's start our
Let's start about how you.
our second podcast. What do you want to start? It's our second one.
Do you want to say it one more time? Are you done?
It's our second podcast.
Okay. So I
But-
think people know now it is our
Second podcast.
number two.
Number 2.
The number 2.
Okay.
Let's start off by talking about how you went and looked at who I was following on Twitter and how you got mad and had a fight with me last night.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to talk about that? You
Yeah.
go ahead.
Well, first of all, I didn't
because
look-
of some of the people that I was following on Twitter.
All right. Let's start from the beginning, though. Let's start from the beginning.
Okay. Adam and
Adam and
Eve.
Eve.
Same joke.
In the beginning. Okay, here's the deal. Like a couple months ago,
Yes.
we were at the Laugh Factory in L.A. And we're hanging out with a comic, and we're sitting there, and then
Just talk to me.
Then we're sitting there, and what's his name? John Stamos.
That's it.
John's from what? What was he on? Bob Saget. What was it?
Little House on the Prairie.
What was it? What was it called?
My Two Dads.
No, it wasn't. Was it? No, it was called. With the old.
Happy House.
No, it was with the Olsen twins. Whatever. I don't.
Full House.
Full House, baby. 3 aces over 2 queens. Full House. That's a full house. Do you know what a full house is in cards?
When you say dumb things, I'm going to, from now on, just go silent.
All right. So, I'm not even wearing my headphones now. That's how I roll. So we're at the Laugh Factory, and we're all sitting there, and he's hitting on Bonnie, but you wouldn't think he would, because, like, he's a 10. He's a 10 on a 1 to 10 scale. He's a 10 even now. And, Bonnie, I would say on a good day is what? What do you think you are? A 7?
I think I can hit a 6, sure. Here in where we live, sometimes I'm almost an 8.
Yeah.
But
out here.
Yeah, but in
LA. In LA,
maybe a 6, 5.5, between 5
No,
and
that's
5
on a
and 6.
Tuesday morning, not on a Friday or Saturday night.
What, like less than a 5?
No, on a Friday, Saturday night. It depends what time of the night. Anyhow, so he's kind of hitting on at least.
What's that? That's a fucking boom. That's a 10 right there, biatch.
So
That's a banana.
he's he's saying to her, "See,
first
you're
of all-
banging into the table again.
I'm sorry, I tried to get comfortable.
You're just stupid." So, sorry. I told you a second ago, don't bang into the table.
Who cares? Nobody's listening. Do you get that? It's our second podcast. What do we have? 4 people listening?
Well, 4 can turn into 8.
Yeah, okay, but they're not going to turn into 8 when... Maybe they will. Maybe they will enjoy a husband calling his wife stupid
I'm
for
sorry.
banging the table. Maybe that they'll live vicariously.
Well, okay.
In lieu of hitting your wives, listen to our podcast where... Ow! 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 Rich! Ow! That hurt.
So he was hitting on her, kind of like, "Hey, are you married?" What was he saying? What kind of stuff was he saying? Are you?
I'm gonna press charges. Okay.
He was saying stuff like, "Are you married?" What other stuff was he saying? What else was he saying? Like, oh,
you don't even want to tell them that you're really not hitting me. What do they think you're really hitting me?
Oh, they really think I'm hitting you?
No, I got marks on my face.
Yeah.
From this banana
They're called blemishes. So they're called wrinkles. No, you don't have wrinkles.
Stop it. Just stop.
You don't really have wrinkles.
Stop it. Tell the dumb story.
So he was hitting on you.
He wasn't hitting on me.
Oh,
you want to know what happened? No.
What?
First of all, it's okay for Rich to see a famous person and be like, "Oh, you just got your tail feathers right on over there, didn't you?" Sidled up to him. Hi.
I didn't even know who he was. I sat down because you guys were sitting there. I didn't even recognize the guy. I sat down because you and the other comic were sitting. You're the one who ran over, leaving a trail of fucking water. You're the one who got all excited.
Is it water, Rich? Is it? No, it's not.
What is it?
It's called pre-cum.
It's not pre-cum.
I don't know.
It's disgusting. This is Christian
it's called
radio.
Discharge, Rich.
Yeah.
That I left.
Yeah. So you were the one who went running over. Ooh.
I don't remember how it happened.
Well, I went by there. I just saw you
T.J. Miller was sitting with him.
Yes.
And they're either friends or cousins or something. And
they're not cousins.
I think they might be.
He's from Canada.
Who?
T.J. Miller, isn't he?
I don't know that. I don't think so.
Whatever. That makes it's irrelevant. So
my Canadian dar didn't
bang the table one more time. So you go running over there.
No more. No more.
You go running over there.
Okay. I did. No, I went over there and sat down and was talking to T.J. Miller, was introduced to John Stamos. Who's the other comic that we were with?
None.
I didn't go over there by myself. I absolutely didn't.
We weren't with anybody else. It was me and you.
Was Lynn there?
No.
Lynn Shawcroft?
No. So anyhow,
somebody else was. Okay,
this is dragging on.
Anyway, he didn't hit on me. Is the point? He didn't.
No, you couldn't tell he was. I could tell.
He wasn't. Look, first of all, I'm a blemished face 6 at best. So we've already pointed out the ridiculousness of that.
Guys sometimes
I might have said something moderately amusing where he chuckled, and then you took that as like, oh my god.
No, guys like him
he's hitting on you.
Guys will practice on a girl like you. Like a guy like him.
Practice what?
Just technique.
Like jerking off on their face or something?
Again, right to that type of humor. Okay?
Wasn't humor.
So, he was in it, but whatever. And then I left L.A. and who knows what happened. So anyhow, I'm back home the other day and I'm going on the computer through Twitter and there's like a million things on Twitter. I'm just clicking.
I told him right in front of you that I said, this is my husband, Rich Voss, but don't let that mar your decision to not hit on me. But that was a joke.
Really? You think guys you're telling him, I mean, don't get me wrong, if you were to have sex with him and I was watching, that'd be different. But behind my back is a whole nother thing. If I was in the room, okay, at least you're with a celebrity.
First of all, that's so gay for you to use your wife as bait and I'm going to hide in the closet, you get his clothes off. That's really what you're saying, isn't it?
No, I'm not going to come out of the closet. I want to
see his genitals.
No.
But I want to stay in the closet.
No.
Literally and figuratively.
No. So.
Are you gay?
No, I'm not gay.
Just tell me.
I'm not gay.
It's so
First of
annoying.
All, do you think if I was gay, I would tell you on just our second podcast? Wouldn't you build up to something like that?
I'll tell you this. If you said it now on our second podcast, no one would ever find out.
So.
Maybe on our 47th podcast, people will be listening.
So I was on Twitter, and I don't know how. I went on Twitter the other night, and all of a sudden, all my followers, it said 0 followers.
You're going off topic. This has nothing to do with the story.
You're saying I checked your Twitter stuff.
Yeah.
So how am I going off topic? I'm telling you what happened on the Twitter thing.
Okay.
So he's hitting on her in L.A. A month or whatever later. Bonnie's new to Twitter. She's been on it for 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And
like
nonstop. That's how we basically communicate now, through Twitter. Oh, fuck. This isn't on.
Well, why is that moving?
I think it's supposed to be blinking.
Well, it looks like it's recording to me.
I don't know. Yeah, I think it's on. What do you think? All right. So anyhow, I hope this is. Oh, this is dead air. Is it moving on the computer?
Yeah, it's moving.
See, that's what's good about radio. They have all the people doing all the technical crap, and they just talk. Now we got to do the talking and do the engineering. You know what I mean? It's tough.
I do know what you mean, because it was only two things that you said, and they were both pretty simple. So I got it right away.
So anyhow, on Twitter, which Bonnie is obsessed with now, somehow I click something that goes, oh, this is who people are following. They're new followers. I don't know what I clicked on for real. And next thing you know, I see Bonnie following John Stamos. There's no reason in the world she would follow him. In any, if she didn't meet him.
But I did meet him.
No,
but I did meet him.
But there's no reason, like, because you know, when you met him, nothing funny came out of his mouth. Nothing.
Are you kidding me? He was hilarious.
He said
he was so funny. I remember I was like thinking, like, this guy is terrific. This guy, if I find him on Twitter, I'm gonna follow him.
Yeah. You weren't even on Twitter.
He was like Mr. Bon Mott, okay? He was like quippy quip.
Yeah, yeah.
I was giggling and giggling.
So...
Okay, listen. Why don't you tell them what happened? You saw that I was following John Stamos. You jumped out of your chair.
I didn't jump. You can't jump out.
I was in our bedroom.
Yes. Tweeting Stamos.
No, I wasn't. I've never tweeted anyone. Then then you came in and you said, why are you following John Stamos? And I went, oh.
Yeah.
Because I thought, why are you looking at all my followers?
No, first of all, people, you go into everybody's account all the time seeing who's following who and following this and following that. And then by accident, I found out you were following. And I go, why are you following? And you were so like, oh my God, how did he find out? That's the reaction you gave. How did he find out? So
I was laughing.
No, you weren't laughing.
I was laughing.
You're insane and crazy.
I am insane and crazy, and I was laughing.
No, you would go, how did he find out? You can't say there wasn't shock and awe on your face. Thank you. So why don't you just come clean?
Who are you calling crazy?
So why don't you just come clean?
Come clean on what? Yes, I after that, I started following TJ Miller, and then TJ Miller tweeted something about John Stamos. I saw it there in the blue. I clicked it, hit the follow. It was just literally, and I was following him.
You've met many celebrities. You don't follow them.
If their name comes up on the on someone else's Twitter.
You met that lady after the show from Sopranos, his sister. You met her.
No, I never did.
The one after the show when I was selling DVDs.
Are you making a joke right now? The one that looked like the...
Oh, that wasn't her. You're right. She looked like her. But you've met a lot of famous people that you don't follow.
No, because their name doesn't come up. If their name comes up, I follow them. I follow them for a little while until sometimes they tweet too much. I unfollow. I don't like people who tweet too much.
Any guy knows.
I like people who tweet 1 or 2 a day, very clever little thingies.
All right.
And I like people who tweet 140 characters or less every time.
Okay, well, I just think that you, whatever. I mean, don't get me wrong. If we got divorced or you left for John Stamos, I would go, hey, what are you going to do? He's a 10.
If I left for John Stamos, that would make me a stalker. Because he, this is what's so crazy about you, is that, it's like you're as jealous of the kid who helped us edit as you are of John Stamos. Like there's like you just think like that every single person on the planet is better than you.
No,
that
I don't
would
think
look at
they're better.
everyone else and go, "Oh, I'm ready to uproot my life." You pick your nose while I'm making this statement. That's good. You feel like I'll just throw in the towel on this family that I've created, this unit that I've worked hard to whatever have, and just with anyone else. With anyone else.
No, that's
and
not
that's
true.
how little you feel about yourself, that you're thinking like, I will fuck anyone else.
First of all, people could hear us next door. Second of all, I didn't say you would throw it.
Yeah,
people,
they're the only ones listening to this podcast.
I didn't. First of all, a lady, when a lady has an affair, it doesn't mean she's trying
Who
to throw.
you calling a lady?
It doesn't mean they're trying to throw in the towel. It's called an affair.
Okay, but you're saying like that I have zero like foresight into the future. That I would just like anybody that I run into that's a man. I desperately.
I don't say anybody. I say John
you've
Stamos.
been as jealous. No, you've made comments about.
Only good-looking guys.
No. It really doesn't matter. Anyone I talk to, talk about, I have to be so careful if I go, oh, that guy's really funny. Then all of a sudden, you like him, don't you? You like him,
See,
don't
you're
you?
exaggerating
You
again.
do.
And
You do.
people-
Someone asked me to open for them recently, and you called them and said, "Are you hitting on my wife?"
No,
Or,
first
you
of all,
like my wife.
First of all, he called me and said, "Can Bonnie open for me?"
Okay, but then
he
you
called
said-
me. He called me, and he was going. I feel kind of weird asking her, so I'm calling you, and I'm going. You know, she makes her own decisions. I know you're in love with her. That's all I said.
Yeah, that's nice. No. Now you've made
Yeah,
you
but
make
he-
people uncomfortable so that nobody will ever want to work with me. Thank you. No, because that's what controlling husbands do. They try to narrow the other person's world. You take them out of where their friends are. You put them in the middle of New
you're
Jersey.
saying you? Oh, I put you here. I
in
put
the
you
middle
here.
of New Jersey,
I put you here.
no friends, no family
I put you-
around. This is what controlling people do.
No, I was living here. I
Yes,
can't help it.
That's what
No.
they always say. Like, be careful
No.
when you're dating someone in high school. They always say, oh, if he tells you not to have friends or
I didn't
family.
date in high school.
Yeah, no, I know. You just raped.
No, I went to a pretty large number of Afro Americans in high school, and I didn't date a lot.
Well, they didn't want to date a Jew?
No, I was whatever.
Racist?
No, I was a mess.
Oh, but you tried to have your hair like theirs, right?
I had a big afro.
I kind of remember that picture. Okay, listen. Like theirs. That's
Like
so
theirs.
racist. Like those people.
So anyhow, no, I don't say.
No. It is controlling.
No,
Because you say, any guy that I talk to, and I'm in a profession that, as you know, is a very large male population. So you get, like, upset if I talk to... But if I talk to girls, too, you're like, why are you hanging out with that loser or whatever?
out of the last 5 or 6 girls, everything you do. See, here's the thing, because you're kind of like, you're smart when it comes to books and grammar.
I'm not... First of all, can I just tell you,
are.
I'm actually below average, but in your mind, I can see how you would think,
No,
like...
but you are...
Whoa, you know all those words?
Yeah, but I think you're basically...
You know how to write a contraction?
No, what's that?
Yeah, exactly.
See, you're pretty street stupid. You really are dumb when it comes to...
I'm dumb. I admit
you
it,
don't
at
understand.
least.
You don't know guys like I know guy. Like all these guys. Like in the beginning.
First of all,
wait, no, wait, hey,
but
one
on the
guy.
one hand, you're like, you're ugly. You tell me, you're ugly
but back
and
in the
you're
day-
annoying. You always say, you're cornering people. You're forcing them to talk to you. Don't you always say that? But then on the
No,
other
you
hand,
say
it's like,
it
do you
too.
think they're going to fuck me? They're not.
No. Here's the thing.
You make me believe that they all think I'm a loser. And then you're like...
I can't make you do anything. I can't make you believe you.
Well, you work hard at it, though.
Listen, victim.
I'm not being a victim. I'm just
you're
saying,
a
like,
victim.
on the one hand, you tell me that I'm gross, and then on the other hand, you're like, oh, and all these
I
guys
don't
want
tell
to
you
fuck
you're gross. Sometimes what I'm saying, guys, hey, let me build your website. Let me do this. You don't understand. Guys
But you
have
let
a
guys
motive.
do all that stuff for you.
Because guys don't want to bang me. There's
But
some
their
motive.
motive is to, like, that
What?
they like your comedy. Why can't that motive be the same for me? This is so shallow of you.
But it's no, because you don't see.
There is actually people out there that might.
Oh, how about the guy that did
I know
your
they're
website?
not listening to this podcast, but there might be people out there that actually think I'm funny.
How you are very funny. But how about the guy that built your website? Didn't he want to bang you?
No, he didn't.
Yes, he said it to another guy.
Oh, that wasn't a guy who built my website.
Yes.
You're mixing up one person and you're making it everybody. The one guy who started my Facebook
Your Facebook.
account. Okay.
He goes, let me start your Facebook, and you let him do
one
it.
guy out of hundreds of thousands of men that have wanted to do things.
One guy. Okay, then that one comic. I don't want to say names. Trying to open with you. He's telling, but it's disrespectful to me when other comics are going, they're trying to bang my wife. That's disrespectful. If a guy in the street sees you and goes...
But isn't it disrespectful then to me to say, I can't let you out of your little prison because there's men that might want to have sex with you? That's disrespectful to me.
No,
you don't trust me enough to go out into the world and be like, I'm not going to throw away the life I've created because it matters to me.
Wait, first of all, you're not in a prison, Helena. Second of all, don't act like
It's boxing Helena. Is that what you were going for?
Why? What did I say?
Helena.
Everybody knew.
How come you? But like sometimes, like I know in your mind you're like, there's a 50-50 shot, but you always go with the wrong one. Like every single time. Like there's people you've known your whole life that you say their name wrong.
So, okay, I won't. First of all, you're going. This world I created. First of all, a second ago you brought me here, I'm in prison. Then you go, this world I created. So you can't say, oh, I'm stuck in the middle of New Jersey, and then go, the world I created. Well, that was a little bit
of a joke.
Okay, then the world I caught you again. But whenever I catch you, in your psychosis of like, in your,
first of all, the controlling thing was a joke.
They don't know that. They might think I'm controlling. I didn't drag you.
Ow!
Well, there you go. Whoa. If it didn't work the first time, it's definitely going to work now. Stop
beating me.
So,
domestic violence is never okay. If you know someone who is in this situation, please call 1-800. Shut your mouth.
So what I'm saying is most guys will agree with me that...
That I'm crazy? Guys always think all girls are
John
crazy.
Stamos.
Nobody will agree to that because everyone would look at me and look at him and go, there's no way that he's gonna...
Did you go out with... Why? There's a lot of chubby chasers in this world.
See what I'm talking about?
What?
On the one hand, I'm disgusting. On the other hand, John Stamos wants to fuck me.
Tell the truth. When I left L.A., did you go out with him? Did you run into him again?
Absolutely not.
Raise your right hand.
Is this
your right hand. I think you went out with him. Did you meet him at a party?
No.
You went to a party one night. Didn't you go to a party after?
I want to say yes just to be cool, but the truth is, no, I didn't first of all, I was in L.A. for almost 3 weeks writing on a pilot. I had our 4-year-old daughter with us.
You had a babysitter every night, so don't say you had don't say Raina.
Yeah, but this is what I did. This is how crazy you are, because this isn't what you would do, but this is what I did. Every morning I got up, the nanny would come over to the house, I would leave, go to work, come right home, relieve the nanny,
the nanny would come to the house. Don't act like you're some type of royalty.
That's when somebody comes to the house and spends all day. It's called a nanny.
She was a babysitter.
Why don't you go fuck yourself?
She was a babysitter.
Seriously,
all right, go ahead. So the nanny came to the house.
And then I would
Why are you getting mad?
I'm getting mad because it was hard.
It was very
think about
hard.
Like single moms, it's hard. You're out gallivanting, doing whatever you want to do, and I'm there working and raising our daughter. And instead of being like, "You're amazing, that was great," whatever.
I thought it was great.
No, instead you're saying you fucked John Stamos.
I never said that once. Never once did that ever
what
come
did
out
you
of
say?
my mouth. I said you go out with him and meet him at a party.
I think if we rolled this tape back, you did say you fucked John Stamos.
I didn't say
I think you fucked him.
I didn't say that ever. That's disgusting.
Whatever, that I was with him or that I did something untoward.
I never accused you. See,
that you're a cuckold, all that kind of stuff.
Well, first of all, what's a cuckold? You heard that in the movie last night.
No, I've known that word for a long time.
What's a
I tried to tell you that word years ago.
What's a cuckold? It's what you did with John Stamos.
It's when the man gets cheated on. He's a cuckold.
Really?
Yeah.
I never heard that.
Well, that's because you went to a black high school.
So I never say it. So, but anyhow, it's time to move on to the next topic.
No, it's not. Because you know what? Yeah, I'll fucking pound the table, okay? Because I'm getting really mad that you are sitting here like, now you're laughing, because this is what happens. You poke. You,
I didn't poke, you brought it up.
Yes, but last night you had a big fight, you let your emotions run wild.
Wasn't last night, was it? Wasn't it
two nights ago? Yelling.
I didn't yell, you yelled.
Following John Stamos. Yeah, I bet you had sex with him.
I didn't say that.
You just said right here today, I bet you did, I bet you were with him after I left LA.
I didn't say that. I said, I bet you went to a party. I didn't say with him sexually. I wouldn't think you would do that,
Rich, you know what? You're such an asshole. Why don't you go to a fucking meeting? Isn't the whole thing about AA like be truthful, tell the truth? You stop trying to manipulate me right now, because you know what you're saying. You're saying you fucked John Stamos, and John Stamos is actually just a word in this situation for anybody. Okay? Because the truth of the matter is, and you know it deep down inside like I know it, that everyone is better than you. Okay? And that's why you think I'm going to cheat on you, because you can't believe anybody would want to stay with you, which is exactly the way you should think. Because you are a jerk, you're an asshole, and you're a douchebag, and there's nothing... Why would anyone stay here? And I'll tell you, the only reason is because of our daughter, Raina. And until you fucking measure up a little bit...
Oh, so you're calling me short?
See, this is the only joy you have in life is when you get me going.
I wasn't getting
going.
Where I'm
like, I can't take it anymore.
What are you doing?
I cook for you. I clean for you. I fucking write all your anything, correspondence for you. You know, anything you need, I do.
We're not supposed to fight. You started it.
And what thanks do I get? I made a movie starring you, okay?
Oh, what do I get?
You fucked the editor. Oh, yeah.
No, I never said that once. And don't say you made the movie, we made the movie, okay? So don't act like you made the movie. And you brought this all up just to get yourself worked up.
No, I didn't.
You're not happy unless you're fighting. You're never happy unless you are all... We sat down. Who
goes from seeing somebody following someone on Twitter to you fuck them? Who does that?
I never said that once.
You know what you're saying.
You're yelling. She hears. I'm sitting right across.
Oh my God!
I never
so bad. I'm not even doing this anymore. That's it. Go have your own fucking podcast.
Are you serious? That's what I'm dealing with. See, no, that's what I'm dealing with. You start a subject, and then you get all worked up. You do it every time, and you're gonna get up and walk away.
You know why, Rich?
No.
Because you won't admit.
First of all...
Because, listen, you won't admit what you're really saying.
Sit back down.
You're accusing me
I didn't accuse you.
What are you accusing me of? Dancing? Are you accusing me of dancing with John Stamos? Is that what you're accusing me of?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't dance with John Stamos.
All right, then sit down. You can't quit on the second podcast. Wait till we...
You know what this podcast is called?
What?
My Wife Hates Me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sit down. There's something... I don't know what's going on.
There is not something wrong. Anybody who's accused of... anybody who's constantly being accused of cheating, and then when they bring it up and really try to get to the heart of the matter, the other person's like, I didn't say that. I said, maybe you guys were playing footsies. That's what I was saying.
Footsies?
That's what I was saying.
Footsies?
I thought maybe you guys did some kind of weird pinky thing. That's all I'm saying. It's like,
listen,
it's ridiculous.
No, first of all, you take everything to the extreme. That's what you do. Even if I'm fooling around with you or going, like when I go, why would you
Really? I take
him?
it to the extreme when my husband accuses me of cheating on him constantly.
No, I haven't.
Anyone who's ever listened to O&A knows that you do it. So don't act now like you're, oh, no, I never do.
No.
Anything I do, and you go like this, oh, I bet you like him. Then if I say, then I go, yes, stop doing it. I'm just joking.
No.
But it's constant, okay? And it eats away. It's
like
not
a constant.
cancer.
It's not constant. It's barely ever. But you exaggerate and you turn it into some...
This relationship needs an oncologist. That's what this relationship needs. Because it has got a cancer.
See, now you're smiling because you come up with a joke. And see, it's like it's. Do you look at you and now you're sitting like smiling and normal and look at your eyes. There's something.
Well, I'd rather be happy if I can be. Of course, anyone would.
You can. get up and quit and then come back
You
smiling.
can't accuse somebody of cheating
Okay,
and then be like, I wasn't doing that.
I won't do that again if you think that's what I'm doing.
Well, I would like to know what you think you're doing. Where does it get you? When you say, why are you following John Stamos? I bet you guys got together after I left LA. What is that you're saying? We're now, you think we're writing partners? Is that what you think?
No, this would no.
Do you think we opened a tobacco shop together? What are you thinking?
Like if this was like a movie or sitcom, it'd be funny if like he walked in and sat down and talked and we settled everything. Like if everything got settled, like
it would
look
be
who's
so
here.
embarrassing because he'd look at me and be like, literally throw up on the table and be like, "How dare you think of me like that?"
Oh, really? You think that less of yourself? But yeah.
No, but I mean, it's like I didn't marry you because I could get John Stamos.
If you knew before we were getting married,
Isn't it time up? It's time up, yeah.
Isn't it time up? Isn't the time up?
What? Oh, you correcting me? Is it?
Yes.
Oh, how refreshing.
Well, I do love you, and I think
Go shit in a bucket.
I had a dog once. I had a Saint Bernard, and when I was painting houses, me and Jeff were upstairs painting. We came down, and there was a 5-gallon bucket, and my Saint Bernard shit in the bucket like it was a toilet. Swear to God, right in the bucket. It was fucking great. The dog shat in the bucket.
I'm glad I could
bring up that.
Yeah.
See how you come around. You start.
Take you
work
down
yourself
memory
up.
lane.
So you start and work yourself up for no reason at all.
What's my dog pooping story? Do you know it?
What?
I know I've told it to you many times.
You and John Stamos were walking through the park. Tell me, you never told me a dog pooping story. Are you mad? Are you looking mad?
You just said moments ago, I won't do it anymore. And then you just did it.
I meant Amos. John Amos. Amos from What's Happening. Sometimes I mix up. All right, so what's your dog story? Quit looking at me all like weird. Like, if you had a gun, would you shoot me?
No.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't. My daydreams all involve stabbing.
Oh, so it's your dog pooping story. Because that's what people want to hear. Is it funny?
Yeah, sitting on a park bench at night. Or, a bus bench or whatever. And this guy came by. This guy came by walking his dog, and the dog was pooping, like, kind of right in front of me. And I was like... And then the guy, I guess, like, was tired of waiting for the dog to finish, so he grabbed the poop out of the dog's butt and pulled it out.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did, and the dog went...
Get out of here.
Yes.
That's a gross story. That's not really yours. That's gross.
Yeah.
What'd you say to him? You didn't say anything? Hey...
Put that back. Yeah, that's what I said.
Did this happen?
That's not yours.
I can't believe I've never heard that story because you told me a lot, like most of your stories.
I have told you that story.
You told me your stories.
I've told that story lots of times.
You tell me your stories like 3 or 4 times. Like you'll tell me a story that you've already told me 4 or 5 times, but you'll tell it to me like you've never told it to me. You'll tell it to me like you've never told it to me before.
Well, sometimes I tell you like I've never told you before, and you act like you've never heard it before. So I go with.
Well,
that.
I don't want to cut you off and go, "Hey, I heard that," because that's It's
yeah. You don't like being rude. I forgot. You're the epitome of good manners. Oh, that's
I pretty much
that's
am.
right.
You don't think I have good manners?
No, I don't.
Oh, really? I don't hold the door for people?
No.
All the time.
Certainly not me.
All the time.
Do I constantly have to be like Rich? I'm holding every single package and bag and everything.
I didn't say packages or bags.
And you never turn around and go, "Oh, can I get something?"
No, I said the door. Packages and bags are a different story.
Oh, so just if you hold the door, that's the epitome of good manners? Nothing else?
I have good manners.
No, you don't.
I was raised
this
with good manners.
This is the thing that's so frustrating about you, is that, like, you don't even know yourself at all.
You know, I'm going to tell you how you don't know yourself. About 10 minutes ago, you go, "Oh, you're picking your nose." 2 seconds later, you started picking your nose.
You see? It's contagious, you pig.
See? You love to point the finger at exactly everything you do.
Right after I pick my nose, I do.
After everything you complain about me about. Like out in public, like when I'm aggressive to a stupid waitress or counter person or someone.
But even just you like admitting that is like nice. It feels good because you don't admit that you're a bully. A lot
I'm
of
not a
times you're
bully.
a bully to like young people.
I'm not a bully. I'm not
You
a bully.
are.
You're the one who says you hate teenagers. You say it all the time.
I know, but I don't say it to their faces.
That's because you're Canadian.
I hold it in. No, that's what people do. They talk behind people's backs, not to the. They don't tell them what they hate about them to their face. Or they say something. You got to learn the art of passive aggressive.
No, because if you keep burying everything and locking it, you explode like you did before, and you run away. Okay, with your sister, I told you how to deal with her.
Are we done yet?
No.
I can't go through this every week. You're bullshit.
What?
Are we done? Go ahead. Keep telling me. I got stuff to do. What?
No, I can't sit and do this looking at you with your eyes closed.
What?
And
how much time do we have left? Just so you know.
Probably about a half an hour.
No.
Oh, easily.
Why? Why do we have to do that long?
No, we'll do like 15 more minutes. But let's get happy. Let's do some happy stuff. Let's talk about good things. Things that we like.
Oh, I'm following John Stamos, and he's really funny. Oh, you want to know what he tweeted the other day? No, this is good. This is going to make you laugh.
Do you want to talk about our movie? About how people react to it? No? I think we're getting positive feedback.
Yeah, people like it, so just let them like it. I don't want to...
You don't want to...
Build it up to some extreme thing.
Want to talk about the guy that won't send me the $400 and he comes up with a new excuse every day?
No, I have to live that every day, you on the phone.
See,
I would just deal with it differently.
He texted me today and said...
Oh, so I said, no, thank you, and you go ahead and do it. Okay, go ahead.
He said,
Why do you ask if you're just going to do whatever you want to do?
Okay, we won't talk about that. He said, I'm mailing it today. This is the fourth or fifth time he said he's mailing it. 1 week he was at the hospital with his two kids that got in an accident, a skateboard accident, and then that's why he didn't mail it. And then the following week he goes, I didn't mail it. I was in the hospital with my kid. I go, what are the odds that 2 weeks in a row that your kids keep going to the hospital?
Well,
right?
He's a drunk, so maybe he's...
That's what I'm trying to get to on this. How people's alcoholism or when alcohol, how they affect other people. How I live across the country from this guy, and his alcoholism totally affected me. You know, being that I was supposed to work for him this weekend that just passed. I was supposed to make a certain amount of money. Maybe I wasn't selling enough tickets. Maybe I was. Maybe there wasn't even a chance to. But all I know is I never went, and I lost a whole weekend's worth of work because of his alcoholism. Don't you agree? Mm-hmm. Are you not talking?
Yeah, I'm just listening. This is really...
What? Let's talk about something else then. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. I feel like I've been through a roller coaster already.
You can't have dead air.
Why not? Nobody's listening. Did you get that?
People are listening. This is going to be the biggest hit. This
Your
podcast
hope nauseates me.
So Bonnie wrote all day today. Your bracelet on a couple projects. Yeah. You wrote all day, and I'm gonna reward you.
Oh, okay. What?
Go to Kohl's. We can go to Kohl's, or we'll go to Walmart. All right.
Kohl's or Walmart? Well, Kohl's has a nicer bathroom.
So you emailed your sister. Her sister and my sister are kind of the same. Our older sisters. They're very powerful, aggressive people, and Bonnie had a little confrontation.
Well, my sister is the head of some fetal alcohol. It's actually FASD, but fetal alcohol syndrome disorder. I don't know what all the letters stand for. It's fetal alcohol. You know, she's like really into it, so she thinks that like she identifies people as FAS all the time. George Bush. Do you know that?
Oh, she said to it.
Like, but not as a joke, not as like, I bet he, like, you know, people I'm sure have said that. He's got fetal alcohol, this guy. No, she really said it. And I was like, you should put it on your website. But anyway, so she's made a lot of positive changes and things and helped a lot of people. And, but she works for a charity and she gets paid, obviously, to work for the charity, but she still wants you to believe she's Mother Teresa. Even though, like, oh, she's got a nice big house and a boat and stuff, And from the charity. Anyway, she wants Rich and I to come back to Canada to do a big fundraising show for her charity.
And a golf tournament.
And celebrity golf tournament. Which Rich has done a lot of celebrity golf tournaments. Remember the last one we did in South Carolina?
Yeah.
And then you came back to the room and you were complaining.
About what? Oh, the people they stuck me with?
Yeah, you go, oh, I'm so disappointed. The people they stuck me with are terrible golfers. And I said, well, think about how disappointed they are that you're their celebrity.
They stuck me with 3 girls who never played golf on a tournament, and it's best ball. Like, everybody hits their shot. Then you go to the best one, and it's 3 girls that never played. So before we even started, I said, listen, you 3 play your best ball. You 3 do whatever you want. I'm just going to play my own round. Because I'm not going to sit and wait till they hit it 5 feet, then another 8 feet. It was driving me nuts. One, it was hot as hell in Hilton Head. And then, so I said, you 3, do what you want. I'm just going to play my own round. And then the next day, I was with other guys. They were New York cops or firemen, first responders or something. And they were nice guys and stuff. But one guy, he didn't stop talking. He kept asking me questions about you. He was driving me nuts. He kept this. And he must have asked about 15 questions. Because after you did your show the night before, which was very good, that you did with Robert Irvine.
Yeah.
Remember the tall guy that was outside? He was bothering you in the hall, and he was probably a nice guy. It's just I'm trying to play golf. I don't need a million questions. That's why when I play with strangers, I played with a guy today. He didn't bring up anything. We just played. We didn't talk about work. We didn't talk about anything. Next thing you know, I get home. He emails me, said it was great playing with you. So he had to know who I was because he must have went to my website and emailed me through my website. So
that's like the best thing. That's the best of all possible outcomes for you. Is that he knew who you were, didn't talk to you, but you still got the compliment with the email.
No, but we talked about golf.
That's exactly how you want. You want people from a distance just to be like.
No, I'll talk.
You would just wish everyone would walk by you and nod, like I know who you are. But then keep going, right?
When I'm playing golf, I don't want to talk about work. That's why I tell them, a lot of them, that I'm an FBI profiler, because this way, they won't bother me. I mean, I do get a lot of FBI profiling questions.
I'm sorry, I would ask more questions to an FBI profiler than I would to a comedian.
Yeah, but that way at least it's fun, and I get to lie all day and make mistakes, but they don't know because I'm a profiler. So this guy, we talked golf.
But I'm the one who's insidious. Okay, I got it. Go ahead.
All right, it's back to you. Victim. So what about your sister now? What about your sister?
Ow.
Yeah, she wants us to play in the... And we already did do...
Okay, we did the first fundraiser that she ever did, and they got bigger and bigger every year.
We flew up.
And, and she... we had a couple of ideas for the show so that she could do it the way that to make a good show. And, of course, when we got there, she changed it all and wanted to... put an intermission in and no MC and all this crap.
And an auction in the middle.
And an auction in the middle of our shows. And luckily, if it was just me, I would have just caved and complained about her later. But that is one good situation where I did enjoy watching the two of you kind of battle it out there. And then Rich, she kept saying to Rich, "You'll be fine." Whenever you usually make a suggestion for the show, she would just go, "You'll be fine." So condescending. So Rich went and organized the show behind her back and just started it and did it without her consent. And it worked out fine. The show was great. It was annoying that we had to deal with her, but it worked out well, and we didn't get paid for that show. We did get paid our travel, but we didn't get paid.
Did they pay our travel, or did we pay our travel?
I think they paid our rental car.
Did we fly ourselves up there?
I can't remember. I really honestly don't remember.
We didn't have a kid.
We did not at that time.
We weren't even married, were we? No.
I don't know. Anyway.
And here's the thing.
Point is...
Well, wait, real quick, though. It's funny when we've been doing comedy for over 20 years, and then we go to a function, and we say, this is how it should be done. We only know because we've only done it.
Yeah, and it's the first time she ever did it.
The first time.
But, of course, she acts like she knows more. People do that all the time. They act like they know more than you.
Yeah.
About how to run a comedy show. So, anywho, as I like to say... Then she offered it to us again a couple years later. Rich couldn't go because he was booked that day. I said I was available to go, and she never emailed me back.
Your own sister.
My own sister was not good enough to come to a charity event for my own sister.
She said, would you and Rich like to do it? You wrote her back, Rich is not available, but I'm available.
Correct.
And she never got back to you.
No, instead she used I don't want to say inferior, but much less credited Canadian comedian and paid him, which she never did us.
What did she ask
you? So every
you?
year afterwards, she got a bigger and bigger budget for the comedians. And she also asked me
your advice on
my opinion on the comedian.
The year that she didn't call you back.
The year that she didn't use me.
She goes, I'm not calling you back to use you, but how is this guy or girl?
Yeah.
That's kind of like insulting.
And then one year, she told me she's not going to, she goes, I'm just going to use anybody now because the audience doesn't care. They just laugh at anything. Like, that's how little what we do means to her. So, I guess the last couple of years it wasn't going so great. I mean, she just, that's what happens to the comedy clubs too. They undercut, thinking it doesn't matter, and then people stop going. They're like, yeah, well, it's not as good as it was. So this year she just wants to bring us back, and because I told her about the Hilton Head golf tournament, she got the idea to do also a celebrity golf tournament as well. Invited Rich and I out for it. So this time I said, and no money, which is fine. It's a charity. We should be going back and doing it as a charity, but
no, that's not true because that's not my charity. Like, I do a lot of...
But you do things for family. I mean, in the email she sent me back after I said we weren't going to do it, she said, I thought celebrities... And believe me, she's using celebrities as a cutting term. She goes, I thought celebrities would give back to their hometowns.
Well, first of all, Cold Lake, Canada is not my hometown. Second of all, she's getting paid her hourly or her salary to put this together.
Right.
She's getting paid, which she should. She's working.
Right.
She should get paid. That's her job.
Right.
My job is to do comedy. Now, when there's some charities I'll do for free. We're doing one tomorrow night, Wednesday night, a free one. Okay? It's in New York. Like I said on the last podcast, it's going to cost us money, but we're doing it. I've done other charity events for free. I've done for the troops. Whatever.
We could literally book our calendars with charity events.
With charity events.
Yeah.
But the fact is, I would do hers at a minimal amount. Where, like, say somebody asked me to come up to Canada and travel to Cold Lake 4 hours north of Edmonton to do a show on a Saturday, I would probably say, all right, I want, let's even say I want $4,000. That's what I would probably want for a Saturday. And even if you threw the Friday in, I would do it for $4,000 plus travel to go all the way up to Canada.
For a charity event.
No, for a regular event. A regular event. To do a Friday, Saturday, 4 hours north of Edmonton.
Right.
I would say,
that
okay, 4,000
plus.
Not that much money. No, not that much. So, for a charity event, that's not my charity, to go that far and all that travel and day, I would say, you know what, I'll do it either half price, 2,000 plus travel.
Right.
Or maybe even less. Maybe in 1,500 plus travel. I would still be giving back to charity,
right.
And I'd still make a little bit, at least to pay a bill or two, you know. So people, when it comes to family, also like to take advantage of family. Okay, she doesn't ask your dad, hey, you know, we have the charity. Can you go and grow some corn and raise some livestock and donate it. Can you donate a couple cows so we can have dinner at the event? She doesn't ask your other sister who's a principal, hey, some of these people at the charity have kids. Can you sit with them and give them a lecture?
She doesn't even make them pay for the ticket to go to the comedy.
So, but just because you're a comic means you're supposed to work for free. It's ridiculous. Did we talk about this on? No, the first one we talked about how when you work for free, then they want you to Twitter it. Now we're talking about, so we got to get off the subject. But it's family. But tweet it.
Anyway, so I wrote her an email saying, for those reasons, that I wasn't going to do it, and she wrote me back kind of.
Well, you CC'd your sister and mother. I don't know why you would do that.
Well, I just figured it's going to get gossiped in the family anyway. Might as well just let everybody just read it so I don't have to field phone calls.
Well, last time we did a charity, too, when we went up there, which was a great show, both of us.
Oh, yes.
And then what happened after that?
Well, the last time that we went home, I went home with Raina and Rich didn't come with me, and my father and I, late one night, were talking about comedy had gotten too dirty or something, and I said, oh, don't act like, my dad's like a farmer and a truck driver. I was like, don't act like you're some Pollyanna that doesn't use coarse language. Like, come on. And he goes, well, I don't find it funny. And he goes, and I don't find your husband funny. He goes, I didn't laugh last time I saw him. And I got really mad. And I said, you know what? That's rude. I won't stand for it. And I left the room. And then the next day he tried to say he didn't mean it like that.
Well, you didn't tell me that part. You only told me that he said...
I said he didn't think we were funny the first time.
And then the second time I found out that he said, I don't find him funny. You didn't tell me that he came back with another...
Well, he did say this. I said, don't say... I go, Dad, that's... you're allowed to have your own opinions, but you don't have to say them to me. That's so rude or whatever. And he goes, why? He probably doesn't think my job is so great. I go, well, he wouldn't go tell Mom that he thought your farming was stupid. I mean...
I don't think he's a good farmer. I think his cows don't like him. I think his corn, I'm not going to lie, I think he's growing his corn too close together.
We've all said it in our own heads, but you're willing to say it out loud.
I think he's trying to get more corn for the size of his property than he should.
He's planting it corner to corner.
And I think it's affecting the corn because they're so cramped. I don't know a lot about corn, which he might know a lot more about comedy, but I don't know a lot about corn. But
you've seen cornfields before, right?
I've seen it, and they're a little spaced a little further than his corn. And I wanted to bring it up to him.
You can grow corn pretty tight.
You can? Mm-hmm. Well, then other people are not doing it.
They are doing it. You walk through a cornfield. That's why people get lost in cornfields. Can't see your way out.
Oh, okay. So
that's why Children of the Corn was so scary. It's dark in there. The corn's close together. And that concludes our broadcast for today.
No, that doesn't conclude it. See how we turned it around? See how we're a good couple? We fight.
No. You know what happened is that you knew somehow instinctively that a common enemy would bring us closer together.
Who, your family?
So you knew, you wanted to go, look, bitch, I'm all you've got.
No, that's not true.
So let's start talking about.
We could talk about my crazy family next week, or
I like your family.
How could you like my family?
I don't know, because it's not my family. It doesn't they don't bug me the way that my family.
My sister's the worst.
I know. My sister. I like her, but she's amusing to me. She's a character.
She's the worst. She, when I was young, sold me a car and said a Fiat Spider kept breaking down.
She's still like that, right? She would sell you
anything.
She would sell you a piece of junk.
A safe, a little dumb safe. She was throwing out. She goes, "Give me $20 for it." 20. She's got a mansion. She's loaded. She has a yacht, and a string of Peloponnes. Okay.
A what?
Nothing. She has a yacht and a string of Peloponnes.
I don't get it.
It's from the Honeymooners. It was a reference.
Oh my God. I was like, if this is Shakespearean, I'm going to feel so silly.
No.
Remember when you asked me if Shakespeare wrote Romeo and Juliet?
Remember? It was yesterday. It was yesterday. Let me see if I can remember as far back as yesterday. Oh, remember that time?
God. What did you get to in school? 3rd grade or 5th grade? I can't remember.
My IQ, I got 141 IQ. I have 141 IQ.
Okay.
What's your IQ?
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Come on, what is it?
142.
No, it isn't.
Yeah,
no,
it is.
No, I said IQ.
It's actually 143.
Not wait. What's
okay. I really want to know the truth. I didn't want to overtake you by that much.
So my sister charged me for 21st safe. What was I saying she did? What else?
Oh, who cares?
I got a million things.
Oh, but think about not what you want to talk about, but what they want to hear.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about...
let's end it. How about that? Let's do these people a favor. Let's fucking get off. Stop hitting the table. Yeah, no, because I feel like...
Well, do you want to wrap this one up?
Yes.
I think there was too much hostility. It was... I think people are going to think...
It's real. It was real, and you know it was real.
It's just It's
frustrating. Again. I don't care. People can think I'm a bitch or whatever they want to think. They don't live with you, so they don't know how frustrating it is.
But what is somebody...
To constantly be... The minute you walk in the door, you don't go, hey, babe, how are you? Good to see you. No, you immediately start looking around to see if you can find something to start yelling.
Not in this house.
Why is it... Every time you come in from the car, why is there 2 bottles of water in the car? Who's in the car with you? My seat's been changed in the car. Oh, it's just endless. It's like
when you're listening. You know what the problem is? The problem is I'm a profiler, so I see every little thing.
You're dumb. Okay, and you're annoying.
I'm not annoying.
It's like,
but why don't you look at the positive things? Look at the positive things.
What's positive about being constantly under surveillance for cheating when you're not cheating? Like,
all right, I'll turn the cameras off.
Do you want to be an idiot or you want to learn? What do you want to do? You want to make this a better relationship, or you want to just keep on winning your little whatever it is? I'll turn the camera off then.
That's your ad lib, whatever it is. Of course I want us to be happy forever, because...
Well, how about just for today, huh? How about just try that? How about an hour? I'll take an hour. 10 minutes. Let's do that. Let's try to see if you can just be a good guy for 10 minutes.
Oh, I'm a bad guy now. Is this how we're going to end it again? We're going to go from one thing...
Yes.
It's like...
Because it's from the very minute that we got married that this started.
No.
And everybody knows it.
No.
But when I say everybody, I mean all 4 people.
No. First of all, your family was so happy that I married you. Remember? What did they tell you? What did your mom say to you? What did your mom say?
I don't remember.
Yes, you do. Why? Because it was 3 days ago you told me? She said, okay, and I'm happy I married you. You're, out of all my marriages, this is between you and my last one.
Remember when I called Kelly to ask if I could borrow one of her wedding dresses?
Oh, she's been married 3 times. She was a sweet girl. I made some mistakes with her. That's the problem. I made a couple of mistakes.
Divorcing her. She was the one.
Sometimes I think that, but then I look at you and I go, you're the one. You're my soulmate.
No, I'm not.
You're my soulmate.
No.
You're not my soulmate?
No. I'm the sole of your shoe. At least that's how you treat me. Please end it!
All right. I think we can wrap this up.
Thank you.
What do you think?
Why do you milk it? Just end it.
How do you end it? What do you say?
You say thank you. Thank you. I want to thank both people for listening, and tune in next week when we have more of exactly the same bullshit.
Wait, do you when you walked off and came back, when you walked off and went halfway to our bedroom?
I went all the way to the bedroom and I laid down on the bed for a minute even.
See, I didn't think
and I checked my tweets.
See?
No, I didn't.
See, when you walked off, here's the thing.
No, I really was mad because it's frustrating because you go, oh no, you always do that. You accuse me of cheating on you and then you go, no, that's not what I'm talking about. And it's like, it's so gross. It's so sick. It's like trying to make the other person feel crazy. It's not a nice thing to do at all. First of all, it's very, very hurtful to accuse someone
I'm
of
sorry.
cheating. It's
I'm
very
sorry.
hurtful.
I'm sorry. It'll never happen again.
Okay, now we've got this on record. And next week, it happened again.
No.
Next week we're calling. What are we calling next week's podcast? Podcast
3.
You got it. I didn't know he could count that high, but apparently he can. Thank you for listening, everybody. And we'll see you soon. Good night or day, depending on when you're listening. Au revoir.
She really hates him, it's really true. Why did she marry this jackass Jew? Some people say that opposites attract, but this seems more like a suicide pact. He's totally sober, she's not that drunk. He's really old and she's got some spunk. He's totally holy as an asinine bomb, and she's just a little less dumb. She really hates him, it's really true. But somewhere deep